Sorry, the video cut out, but as I was gonna say, don't you think that shit would have been useful? That fucking new force power where you can like see what people are doing. Okay, well, first of all, let's dispel the argument that this is some new shit that Snoke invented, where he opened up the shit between them, because fucking Luke Skywalker uses it at the end to project himself, you know, and that's the whole plot twist thing, which is complete ass. But we'll get into that. Like, there's so many ass things, like it's hard to stay on topic. But yeah, so like it's just this is fucking stay on topic, Reed. That power would have been extremely useful for fucking Obi-Wan back in episode 1, where they're fighting Darth Maul, right, with Qui-Gon Jinn. Don't you think he could have called up, like, done one of those little force connections with the homies back at the Jedi Temple? Everybody from the Jedi Temple fucking shows up, you know, they get the whole squad on Darth Maul's ass and fucking gangbang his ass, and then, like, Qui-Gon doesn't die, right? That would have been very useful back in the day. And, you know, this new force thing, it's like, oh, yeah, it's just some new shit that they fucking invented. I guess you couldn't see where they are, but you can still project yourself into other places, which is what Luke Skywalker did, because he wasn't a force ghost, so he was still alive at the time. He did that, right? So why don't they just fucking project themselves to where, I don't, like, just put it in any situation where the past Star Wars, and it would have been so useful. Like, again, just looking into episode 1, maybe it's a bad example, I don't know, but like the Jedi people could have just projected, like a shit ton of them could have just projected themselves, like, to be where fucking Darth Maul is, and then like they'll freak him the fuck out, like, wow, there's fucking Yodas here, fucking all these Jedi Temple people here, I'm not gonna fight them all, I'm gonna bounce, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so there's introducing shit that doesn't make any sense, right? Let's take some other force powers, or that were so that's like the new fucking force thing that apparently they can do. And another force thing would be Princess fucking Leia, who apparently she's, you know, using the force now. You could say that, like, oh, she was about to die, that's why the fucking force took her from literally outer space, where you die instantly, by the way. It took her from the vacuum of space to being able to fucking, like, somehow get back in the thing where they just open the door to space. Like, that fucking is possible. Okay, I get it, Star Wars, but like, you can't just be in space. Okay, but with that aside, like, is Leia just fucking, she can just use the force now? Like, she used it to fucking bust open that door where you thought it was going to be the purple hair bitch. Yeah, you thought it was going to be the purple hair bitch, but it was Leia, and, like, yeah, she can just use the force now a little bit, or whatever. Like, oh, that would have been useful, you know, in so many fucking life-threatening situations back in the original trilogy, don't you think? But no, now Leia just has the force, and she didn't have it fucking before. So I'm shivering out here, trying to smoke this J. Fucking the Star Wars movie got me turning to drugs for fucking emotional support. Anyway, so yeah, the whole Princess Leia thing, like, you thought she was gonna die, and then they should have just killed her then. It would have, like, I mean, the character's already dead, right? But I guess they got the fucking life insurance policy where they can just CGI Carrie Fisher's dead fucking self to be in the movie, which is crazy. I mean, the CGI in Carrie Fisher for when she is dead, or whatever, the scenes where she's dead, is actually really good. That shit was... The new CGI, it looks like the exact same as a person would. Like, that shit's wild. The video game's gonna be crazy in the future, in the near future. It's gonna be the same as goddamn real life. And yet people don't think we're living in a simulation right now. I'm just fucking... Alright, I'm getting off track again, but since I'm cold, and somewhat high. Anyway, let's get back in the warm car and back on track here, guys. All right, yeah, I have a list. So what we got next? So it wasn't, the power clearly wasn't invented by Snoke. Because Skywalker could do it, or at least a fucking version of it, where it wasn't even like a Force portal where he could just project himself, like not even as a Force ghost, like he was still alive, as I said. He just projected himself, and like it wasn't like kind of the Kylo Ren one where you got the and Rey one, or whatever the fuck her name is. It wasn't like that, because everyone could see, all the blaster guys could see him apparently, because they all shot at his ass. And when that happened, well, to be honest, the ending scene, I just sort of predicted everything. But at that time, I thought he was already dead and he was like a Force ghost. You know what I'm saying? But like he wasn't blue, or had that blue like aura to him. So I'm like, all right, he's not a Force ghost. I was like, maybe it's all fake though. You know what I'm saying? So I sort of predicted that. I mean, the whole thing's very predictable. Yeah, but the whole ending sequence where they're at the fucking salt planet thingy with the red/white ground is the worst. It's just so bad on so many levels. Oh, where to begin? Well, yeah, I guess if we're still talking about Luke Skywalker doing that bullshit, apparently he came in from the back, right, where all the stones were, or something, maybe. But like, why the fuck didn't he just tell the rebels to go out the back? All right. I mean, maybe he didn't know about the back and he didn't come in the back, but like through the stones. He could have just told the rebels, leave, just fucking leave. Also, he didn't even tell him like that he was doing this somewhat to fucking, like, obviously the whole purpose of this in terms of the story is so they can have a final showdown climax scene with Skywalker and Kylo Ren. But how that fits in with the Rebel storyline is it gives the Rebels a chance to escape, which I predicted. I'm like, okay, they're gonna escape when, you know, I remember when all the blasters were fucking shooting at Skywalker. I'm like, okay, the Rebels, this is a chance for the Rebels to escape. And the whole thing with the animals is so predictable. How they fucking saw the animals, like, well, they didn't even know fucking Skywalker was doing that to help him escape, in part because, which he should have just fucking told them, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had to, like, somewhat argue about it, and it was all, like, real deep, like, oh, you see, he's doing this to save us since we're the flame. He doesn't want help. He wants us to bounce. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't say that, bitch. Like, why did they have to go on this, like, they had to take it super, like, mythologically and fucking really vague, fucking emotional answers and whatever. Yeah, but the ending scene was ass. Like, didn't really make sense. Yeah, like Skywalker should have just told them to go out the back, and there's some stones there. Hey, I'll move them with my Force abilities, right? And then they could have just left, and then it would have been fine, and it wouldn't have been some, it's always some dramatic, like, last second thing where it's like, we gotta get out of here super fast, like, oh, all the main characters are in one area. Yeah, I really think they're gonna fucking all die right now. Yeah. It's fucking stupid. Anyway, yeah, Luke Skywalker, and again, they're just, as the last Star Wars was a complete ripoff of Episode 4, this movie it wasn't as much, but it had a lot of elements of ripping off Episode 5. One being like, oh, is that what Skywalker told you? Well, actually, like, he fucking sort of betrayed me. He failed me. And that's the thing with Episode 5. It's like, oh, is that what Obi-Wan told you, Luke Skywalker? Well, I'm Darth Vader. I didn't kill your parents. I am your fucking parent. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, shout out for that plot twist. But the fucking, these plot twists just fail in comparison. And they just fail on their own without comparison, just from a completely objective fucking moviegoer's perspective. They're garbage. Right? We're getting close to 10 minutes. So I got to make a part 3, I guess. God damn it.